Hello and happy gaming, everyone. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and let's be fair, I'm still not exactly what one would call 100% better, but my health is improving, and I don't exactly want to leave anyone out on my gameplay sessions. So here we are, still playing Hollow Knight. I'm now feeling at least a good 50% better, to the point where I could probably start doing some of my other recordings. Like I said, I had a video where I had a video idea in mind talking about my thoughts on the new Smash DLC, which I know most people have their opinion on it. I don't think my opinion is the same as most, but, you know, take it with a grain of salt. Just to give you a small hint as to what I'm thinking, I just think most people's reaction to it is maybe a little overblown. Yeah, these guys are a little different now. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit more dangerous. Ow. And there we go, one down. So the reason why I'm going after these guys now, I've already made it pretty clear that I want that charm notch from Grimm. But also it just seems like a good time to get this taken care of while, we have a little bit of a lull in the action. Some other things that need to be cleaned up, we need to go back to the Hive and finish that out. Plus, there's still a mask shard there that I need to get. Oops. I screwed up. Let's see, one of them... Hold on. There's one way down there. It's actually right by the Hive, oddly enough. I suppose there's an easy way to get there, is there? Doesn't look like it. So, we'll just do this the way one would expect. Go to King's Station. And then go down and under. Yeah. Screech, boom, screech, boom, screech, boom. Thank you, Grimm Child. I appreciate you. Alright, so by all accounts, should be just further down this direction. Ow. And that's another one taken care of. Oh, joyful day. Now, while I'm here, I could go take care of the Hive now. I'm just in my mind determining if I want to take that much of a break from this. My initial thought is, no, let me go get that charm notch first. Let me focus on one thing before I let myself get distracted and go for another. Come on, Grimm Child. Follow me. Now, the third flame, I believe, is the one that I saw in the King's Pass. So we'll just head back to Dirtmouth and then just rocket onto the left. Seems like a good way to get... No, come back. My desire to move fast almost got me in big trouble there. Oh, come on. There he is. Tee hee 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 hee. There we go. So now we have enough flames to level up the Grimm child again. I don't remember what the last bench I used was, so we'll just do this the slightly longer way. Now, unfortunately, the only way to do this is to allow yourself to have this charm on. And the reason why I say it's unfortunate is because you I'm going to take this off and put on Grub Song, just because I do want to stay focused on spells for this fight. By the way, make no mistake, there is going to be a fight here. Wonderful, wonderful. My kin arrive, and the time has come. This searing fire, it carries well the ritual's promise. Dance with me, my friend. The crowd awaits. Show them you are worthy of a starring role. Alright, versus Insect Dracula. Oh, come on. As I normally perform better in this fight than this, but it's also been a little while. Ha ha ha, sir! I do very much like the fight against Grimm, make no mistake. I may kind of make fun of him with the whole Insect Dracula thing, but I just enjoy this fight. Now, those of you who have played this game before are probably saying something along the lines of, hey, isn't there a Dream version of this fight? To which I would respond, hey, don't give it away for those of you who haven't played this game yet. But yes, there is. Ah. And that's Grimm. Now, to be fair, one thing you could do is drop on the Sharp Shadow Charm, and when he goes to do his Shoryuken attack, just dash through him, and that'll actually put you in near the perfect position to actually dodge his fire follow-up. Bravo, my friend. Hear how the crowd adores you. They've not seen such a show in a long time. Look here, how our child has grown, nourished and strengthened by the heat of our passionate dance. The two of you will feature in many tragedies and triumphs together, I'm sure. And so our great ritual nears its end. Will you continue to harvest the flame, even though now you surely see the path it illuminates for us? Our scarlet eyes will watch you keenly, friend. Go out into the darkness. Harvest the last lingering embers of this kingdom. Then return to me and we will complete our dance. And with that, we now have the final charm notch. Also now notice that Brum is not there. I wonder what that could mean. Alright, so let's take this off. Go ahead and put Sharp Shadow back on, because I just trust it. Alright. The last 3 flames can now be found in Deep Nest in the distant village. Right about there, just beyond the Mantis village, and right there in the ancient basin. So, oh, and there's also one in the Hive. So there are now 4 that we have to go seek out, and one of them actually is somewhere where I haven't been yet. So that'll be a good opportunity to take care of the Hive at the same time. But first, let's just go ahead and take care of this one here. Now, I know some people really don't like these, familiar type kind of passive damage followers. I have no major problem with them. I actually personally kind of have a lot of fun with the idea of a follower's build. You came. The red flame I've gathered from this dead kingdom. You would claim it for our master. For his final act, the ritual plays itself out once more. We are like the notes in an old, old song, you and me. Endless, repeating songs of sacrifice, of servitude, for the ritual, for the troop, for the master. Even this child was born into invisible chains. So we serve. Thus it has ever been, yes. Take the flame, then. It is why you came here. It is done. And yet, it is not merely by fortune that we meet here, in the darkest, furthest reaches of the world, where my master's scarlet eyes cannot see us. A song that never ends is no song at all. You take part in the ritual, yet I sense you truly have no master. Is it so? Perhaps together we can banish that livid flame and let this dead kingdom rest in peace. If you wish to silence the endless song, meet me where it began. But if you return to the master and complete the ritual, as long as you do it without regret, I will bear you no hatred. So, this is another option that you can only do once per save file. either complete the ritual or banish the... what do I want to call them? The Grimm troop. I'm about to call them the Scarlet troop. I'm like, no, that's not quite right. Alright. Now, for this playthrough, I'm going to finish the ritual, but let it be known that you have options. If you decide to banish the troop, you... first of all, it finishes things faster, without having to fight Nightmare King Grimm. More interestingly, you also... cough drop is... just got on my tongue and made me Elmer Fudd a bit. You also, instead of getting the Grimmchild charm, you get the Carefree Melody charm, which I'm not going to say too much to completely color someone else's opinion, but it is, in my opinion, about the worst charm in the game. That's just one guy's opinion. Okay, so I think we have to go to the Royal Waterways, actually. Well, kind of. I guess this is technically a part of the Royal Waterways. God damn it. By the way, these Bears of the Flame are now very dangerous. They now do 2 massive damage per hit, and they have another extra attack, which I'm sure you'll get the chance to see. So these guys are almost more like mini bosses now. And there's that attack that you didn't get, that I told you would probably get a chance to see. Flame consumed. All right. Alright, so let's have a look. There are 2 more of these left to find. One over here, just kind of off in the middle of nowhere. I also noticed that I'm actually missing a grub nearby, so let's go quick grab that. I still have some time. How silly of me to have missed this one. Alright, now let's actually go take care of our business at the Hive. Here we can kill multiple birds with one stone here. Pardon the expression, guys. Hello, birds! Hi! Rest one more time. Now let's actually head out here, since one of the flame bears is actually here in the hive. We may as well just jump right into it and take care of business. Ow. By the way, if you're not a big fan of bees, Yeah, this area isn't going to do much for you. And for what it's worth, I'm not much for bees either, so... But there will be plenty. Ah, one of these guys. Fortunately, with the pure nail, they're not that big a deal. So long as they stay within range of your nail, that is. Mmm, disgusting. Alright. God, I keep forgetting that he does that. Let's not forget about the Whispering Root. We can always use more essence. And more Geo. Alright. Ow. Yeah, the Hive, I'm not sure if they're guardians or defenders, but they... And that takes care of the Whispering Root. They are aggressive. Yeah, damn those guys. My only problem with Grimm Child is that he's just not very strong. But it could also be that I'm spoiled by having the Shaman Stone on for like the entire run. And the really, really big guys here, they can actually do 2 mass worth of damage, so you gotta be careful of them. Simultaneously, they can also break through walls that you yourself can't. Ow. By the way, notice that anytime you're close to the an entrance to the Hive in Kingdom's Edge, you'll see those little gatherer bees. Just a little food for thought. Is Team Cherry's way of mentioning to you, hey, there's something here. Again, just a little bit of that expert world building for you. So in case you're wondering, Biggins is actually destroying some of these platforms. And there's proof positive that they do 2 mass worth of damage, so you gotta be careful of them. Anyway, the reason why I'm going after these guys is to try to... yeah, see? There are walls that only these guys can destroy. And just for my own... Where are they? Hive Soul? Oh, okay, so the medium-sized ones are Hive Soldiers. Biggins is Hive Guardian. So, just be careful when they're both in the same room together, because they both have very similar attack patterns and can actually nail you down pretty easily. So here is... Alright. Ah. There we go. Flame consumed. Alright. Lovely. That's right. And there you can see the little hint that you actually can't reach that grub that I got way earlier without going a different way first. There we go. God, those guys have such a weird weird way of attacking. And they're not actually like turning themselves inside out necessarily, it's just weird. It looks like that's what they're doing, but it's not. Damn it. Alright, so this is something that we actually need the Hive Guardian to do for us. And booyah, Mask Shard! Only got 2 of those left to find now. Ow. Alright, just like anything else in this game, just be careful, take a little bit slow if you have to, and everything should be fine. There we go. Alright, are we ready? Because this here is kind of the main event of this area. The Hive Knight. Now, despite the way that this guy moves, you can actually take this fight a good deal slower. Because more often than not, his actions are going to be determined as counterattacks, not necessarily just him moving super fast. That having been said, this is one of those fights where having the passive follower doing a bunch of damage isn't necessarily a good thing. So the reason why Grimmchild isn't good there, if I have to spell it out for you, is because he's actually forcing the Hive Knight to react when I don't want the Hive Knight to react. So we're going to take that off. At least for now. We'll put Grimmchild back on later. Let's see, what seems good for this fight? Honestly, probably just Longnail. Here he goes. We've got all the other good stuff. We got Soul Catcher, Shaman Stone, Spell Twister. Well, at least all the other good stuff for my build. and we are going to hurry up and get back to that Hive Night and take care of business. Because if you haven't already guessed, we're already past the 30-minute mark for this video, and I don't want it to go too long. Especially since I still have to work today. Gotta spend some time getting ready for work. Yeah, see the weird way that they attack? They can just be difficult to deal with at times. Damn it. Oh, come on. Cheap. At least that's what I'm saying. Alright, we'll get back to our shade, get our stuff back, and be able to just continue on. Now, one thing that I am almost forgetting about is that there's a shortcut around here that I almost forgot about myself. Not there, but there is a shortcut that I would like to be able to open up. Maybe it's in this room. This shriek is so good. Alright, well, couldn't quite find the shortcut, that's okay, but just rest assured, there is one there. It is possible that you have to find it from the other side, though. Oh, okay. Well, I feel silly now. So it was actually from the mask fragments. Man, I feel so smart. Guys, I'm smart, I swear I really am. Alright, now let's take on the Hive Knight without Grimchild setting off his counterattacks. Smart. See what you can do now. Now that I don't have Grimchild setting him off constantly, is I can now just react to him instead of having to constantly be running around like, oh god, what is he doing now? So this is a fight where you actually don't want to come in with the passive damage followers build. Yeah, I just screwed up there. Ah. And there you go. Sorry, buddy. And now we pick up the Hive Blood Charm. Let me just make sure that I'm not leaving myself open for any problems. So even though I'm typically pretty good at platforming, I also don't want to take any risks. My knight, at last you are freed. Small thing, I know your kind. If you attempt to resolve your past, then know I am not the queen you seek. It is the pale beings that bear blame for your nature. Though this hive exists within Hallownest, we play no part in its attempt at perpetuation. Very interesting. Yeah, a little bit of lore there, a little bit of knight action. And there's just one more thing left to do before we call it good, and that is to find that grub. I'm mad at you! There we go. Freedom! There you go, little grub. Alright, I think that's gonna about do it for this episode. We only have one more flame to find, and then it's Nightmare King Grimm time. Now remember, the difference between getting the Nightmare King Grimm fight and the full-powered Grimm Child, and the Carefree Melody and Banishment achievements, are two different things that can only be done once per save file. So it's one of those things where you just gotta be careful which one you pick, and understand what you're going for, just like the Happy Couple achievement. So, that having been said, I will wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel to see more of my stuff, and I am starting to get better, so I'm going to try to upload more frequently. That having been said, thank you very much for watching. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you. By the way, I am aware that I tend to repeat myself a lot. I apologize for that. I get a little scatterbrained. Anyways, bye-bye.